Can I start? Hello friends, my name is Sansadagar Sobajam and I got recommended from for FSB Varanasi for FCAT N3 Flying Branch. Friends, I would like to share about my experiences which I have came across during my SSB procedure. For FCAT N3 in Air Force Selection Board, we reported early in the morning and we had our screening that day itself. And 208 of us reported and we were given groups. So for OIR it was as easy as before because I had a practice about reasoning and all at Lakshya Academy, and after the OIR we were given groups and we were told to write a story. So for the PPDT, my story was very simple and natural. There is no sort of complexity in there. It was based on a village and a hero was there and everything was done as per plan. So there was nothing much about the story. After our stories we were told to carry even our sheets in our own hands. So they didn't pay very much heed to that paper. So after that we were called in a room with the paper in our hand, the PPDT paper. And after that the DTO didn't even check the paper. After that he told us to narrate the stories. So we narrated the story and I was able to complete on time in 1 minute. And 15 of us sat in semicircle. And then the group discussion started. So since being in a repeaters group, there was a very huge fish market, and at first I wasn't able to pull out my point. And I started thinking on the topic about that PPDT, about how I learned from here. That in Lakshya Academy, I learned that first of all, the number of characters in the story. Number of characters in the story, we should listen to everybody and comes up with a majority. Even if I perceive 3, since most of the group perceive only 4, so that goes with the group. We have to sacrifice. That's what I learned. So it came into force, and after that, after the group discussion, screening results were announced, and I was screening. 52 of us were screening. Next day was completely free. There was no interview. Day after that, personal interview came, and Air Commodore Saab, he called me inside the room, and first of all he met me at ease and he started giving me some questions. Questions were very simple at first, and after that, friends, here the rapid fire round starts. Do not get dazzled with this rapid fire. Even if you miss out few questions, as per my experience, there is no problem. You can answer the things later onwards. And for rapid fire, you can go prepared because there are so many questions which are very common. You can go prepared from Google and all, you can search, but try to be original. What I find is many people try to give answers which doesn't suit to their personality, and in vain many things, wrong things came up. So that will be a negative point. So try to be original as much as possible. Be friendly with the interviewer, and there will be so many technical questions if you are going for technical entry. But for me, they asked me about the Air Force aircraft, how the principle works, and about my sports, hobbies, everything. These things are very common. And after that, he goes deep into whatever I have answered. So what I feel is that for personal interview, honesty is the best policy, as there is a saying. And being honest, there is no fear in myself. What I face it like a normal conversation. It lasted for around 1 hour, and after that, an interviewer sir, he gave me he wished me all the best, and after that, the interview is done. And psychology we had the day before. Actually, I missed our psychology. On the first day itself, we had our psychology, and it was very tiresome because we had screening on that day itself and psychology. Psychology is very important because on our stress mind, they're trying to take out our limits. So even if our hands are very tired also, we should bear it. And I was able to complete SRT 53, WAT 59, and TAT all. TAT was like I was able to, I remember whatever was taught in the academy, and there were lots of creative ideas and solutions which came up in TAT. And for SRT, it's all about how you deal with the solutions. I wrote whatever about those common things which I, as a person, you put yourself into that scene. Imagine yourself into the scene, and what you will do, then the solution will come out automatically. If I'm a very short and weak person, and if I write something which is above my caliber, then it may give a negative impact, what I feel. So after that, in WAT, yeah, I was able to do maximum because my handwriting speed is also very fast. So we should improve our for WAT, practice is very required, and connectivity, these things comes into play, because the more you write, the more you go with the flow. So psychologist I did, and for SD, yes, self-description. That self-description is a bit tricky. I didn't go there fully prepared, but since then, whatever comes to my mind, I remember one of the Colonel Sir in Lakshya Academy, he told me to write the self-description should be very simple. Since I still have to become an officer, I am not already an officer, so the thing should be very simple and natural. It should be coming from an ideal, good human being, not from an officer, because further will be trained and will be given, our characters will change afterwards. But it should be very natural. We should write in such a manner that words should not be like, from my perception. Friends, for SSB, what I can say is that in GTO series, it's about your practice. The more you practice, the more you can get. And for group discussions and all, there comes a lot of tips and tricks. And we should be smart also. And whenever there's a gap in between the speeches, we should try to put our points, help others, and those who cannot speak also give them chance. It is a very good thing as a human being. So after group discussion, yeah, command task, lecturate, these things are. Lecturate is one of the most important tests. What I can say is from the lecturate. Lecturate is where your knowledge and your personality comes into play. And in lecturate, you should try to put many factual points as well as your solutions. You should give maximum time to solutions. What I learned from Lakshya Academy, it really works out very well, because they want a leader. So from leader, solutions are the most important thing that should come out from our mind. So given maximum solutions, and lecturer went well. And for command task is the sum of everything. If you are not able to do well in your progressive group task and half group task, final group task, command task is the place where you can show your creativity, whether you can bring out the solutions or not. So think well, and before you come out with that, if you have an idea, do not go straight away with it. Friends, I would like to suggest is that you try to think whether that solution will be workable or not at the end. That is very important. So conference, it went well. I was asked only 2-3 questions, and I got recommended. So as a whole, SSB as a whole, what I would like to say is that it tests our history, our life, how we live, from where we came, what kind of life I had and what kind of person I am. So for this, what I feel is that we should be original and we should not try to copy someone else. What I find about Lakshya Academy, if I have to say, is that it teaches us how to think, how to choose the right opinion and direction. It teaches us, it molds our mind actually. It deals with how we think, rather than just for SSB itself. It helps in our life. See, for example, if I have to go with various techniques like 5P RCC, if you keep on practicing that, your mind will also get sharpened. And about tips and lessons taught to us by Yudhvir sir, it is very, I can say fantastic, because he motivated us like anything, and he's like a fatherly figure to us. And before I left the academy, he told me that you will get selected, and that gives me even that boost, mentally boost, and here I am. About SSB, what I face is generally repeaters have a fear that they might not get recommended. Do not have this fear. Just give a fresh start. Just give a fresh start, and everything will be fine. Don't think that you are a repeater and there will be negative points. Especially for repeaters, don't feel bad, because SSB doesn't look back on our past records. You just want to see whether we have improved or not. And everyone can do it if you go for the right approach. Everyone can do it. We should not fear about the SSB interview. And lastly, I would like to thank the Lakshya Academy for teaching me, molding me, guiding me into the right direction, and my dream of becoming an armed forces officer has came true. And thank you everyone. All the best, aspirants. Jai Hind.